And Kyle wants to split. That worked so well for him last time, where he got his leg injured, then tumbled down into a bottomless chasm filled with monsters. I mean, it didn't work out so well for Aya either, you know? I mean, she had to go through some stuff. Mostly some weird adventure game stuff. But also some horrible vacuum cleaner monster boss stuff. But yes, it is a secret door that leads back to the well in Dryfield. Just in case you wanted to go back to Dryfield. Flint, what's the matter, boy? Where are you leading me to? Obligatory Timmy in the well reference? Where are we going? Is Douglas in danger? Did you eat Mr. Douglas? That would be hysterical. Oh, you want me to go through this door? Sure, I'm going. To the water tower? Why are we going to the water tower? Are you thirsty, boy? Come on, let's go get you something to drink. Uh-oh. We got monsters. Somewhere. I don't know why I can't hit him. I don't even know where that monster is. You know what? Let's, No, none of these monsters, none of these attacks will hit whatever that creature is down there. It says it's right there. I can't hit it, though. Is it having trouble getting in the gate? It's just a moving shadow. Oh, I got it. Sweet. Thank goodness for my GPS. Belt pouch! Oh yeah, we're taking that. We're taking this. We don't want these. Get rid of those. Oh, can't use any more belt pouches. Fine, throw it away. Oh, I thought I attached this. Did I not attach this? I attached the penicillin. I wanted the stim. The stim is the one that can cure silence, and silence is the only one I'm really worried about. Well, alright. Flint wants us up the water tower, so up the water tower we shall go. And... is that Pierce? Pierce is getting eaten by giant hornet creatures. Okay, well... we'll fix Pierce real quick. Let's life drain. Oh, that was pretty tasty. That was pretty good times. We don't need those. Why is Pierce here? You're supposed to be back at base to answer the phone when I need my game saved. You're not supposed to come rolling up in Dryfield and getting stranded on top of a water tower. Also, it's the middle of the night. It's like 2 a.m. Take off the sunglasses. The nature of Pierce's injury in this scene is of minor interest because the game can't really decide how he got injured. At one point he's like, I lost a lot of blood. On the other hand, he might have a concussion and he keeps passing out. He suffers this weird bout of machismo, which doesn't make any sense at all. And then Aya's like, well, you know what? I'll go get you a little something something. So why don't you just stay put? I'll get you something to fix your whatever your vague injury problem happens to be. Oh, this has been in your mouth. Awesome. Thank you. I don't know why he gave me the key to his SUV. He's out cold. Well, let's not do the obvious thing like try to get him down off the water tower or alert Mr. Douglas to his presence. In fact, if you go to the map at this point, the game is like, I hope Mr. Douglas is okay. Well, we can check on Mr. Douglas in a minute, but this Pierce situation is kind of baffling, and we need to get to the bottom of it. So the subquest here is find something to help Pierce. And as far as I can tell, again, the game does not give you any clues as to what that is. You're just left to wander. But I'm pretty sure you have to do it, or else Pierce dies in this scene. So, where are we going to go to find something to help Pierce? I think first we're going to go see if we can get into his SUV. Oh, there's a monster down here. Oh, a bunch of little explodey bastards. Cool beans. Yeah, all the monsters respawned in Dryfield too, but I don't think they got any stronger. These are the old Dryfield monsters, the ones we fought the whole time here. Whereas the monsters in the shelter, a little bit tougher. Not gonna lie. Monsters in the shelter have a few more added tricks up their sleeves. Yeah, first let's make our way back out to the gas station, because I think that's where Pierce is parked. We'll see if we can raid his SUV. Maybe find him some aspirin or something. I don't know what he needs. I know what I need, and it's to kill this giant puma. Hey, I had targeted the right monster this time. No? Gotcha anyway. Ah. Yeah, usually when the pumas show up with the hornet monsters, I only wants to target the hornets. But not tonight. Okay, well these guys don't want to die, so we'll life drain them. That worked last time. That worked really, really well. That's a pretty good spell, I guess. You were invisible. Also, I have no idea where Pierce's SUV is if it's not out here. There's an area out there that says parking, but I didn't see it out there. Unfortunately, my car is still... Oh, no, the SUV's right here. What am I talking about? It's literally right here. I just walked right past it. Alright, what's in the trunk? Some body armor. Some lipstick. Lipstick cures silence if you use it, but I have the stim, so that's fine. Although, we're not going to keep this body armor. I mean, it's nice... Oh, no, it's the tactical vests. But I want the tactical armor, not the tactical vest. So this is not where you get... I mean, it's a good piece of armor. It's got all kinds of good stuff. Quick fire, HP recovery. You have to attach a GPS to it. We're not going to need it, though. Let's take the lipstick. Because... attached to prevent silence. So now I can't be silenced. I could have bought some of this at the beginning of the game, but I didn't quite have enough BPs to buy everything I wanted. I guess I could have also bought some later on at Douglas's place, but you can't do that in a normal game. Only on replay mode can you buy your lipstick that early. And honestly, I think the darkness is more important to prevent, because then you can't gunblade anything. Ice machine. Here's a bag of ice. Pierce needs an entire bag of ice for his bruising now, is the problem. He said he lost blood. He probably has a concussion. He keeps passing out. But no, the bruising is the problem that we're going to deal with. And in typical adventure game fashion, we have to deal with the problem. There's two really bizarre, only in an adventure game kind of aspects to this little side quest. One, the bag of ice melts and becomes a bag of water in like 8 seconds. If you don't go directly back to Pierce with the bag of ice, it turns into water like immediately. So, and two, maybe the writers of this game have never used an ice pack before, maybe ice packs aren't in common use in Japan as first aid. I don't know. But typically if you have a bruise, you don't need an entire bag of ice. And of course, if you buy a bag of ice, it doesn't melt in 4.5 minutes. Alright, Pierce. Here you go, man. Ice. Go ahead and put that ice on the bruise. His bruise feel better. And, oh, give me a Coke. What a bro. Oh, my inventory's full. Well, here, I can throw this away now. Let's just use this. Get some inventory space open. Just a little bit, though. Yes, thanks for the Coke. Alright, Pierce. And I'm pretty sure you need to take the items he gives you in order to continue to advance this little subplot. That hit the spot. So the entire bag of ice was not enough for Pierce's life-threatening bruise. So now, we must go back and get a second bag of ice. There is a subquest like this, I remember, in an action-adventure RPG on the SNES that I quite like. A lot of people weren't into it, but I liked it, called Illusion of Gaia. Is a really good game, I think, in my opinion. But there's a subquest at one point, because throughout the game you have to collect these little red gems, and if you collect red gems and get all of them at the end, you unlock a secret bonus level where you can get like a fun boss fight. There's a little bit more story that opens up, but one of the red gems you get in a village, that there's a woman that says, "I want an apple." So there's an apple vendor in town, and his apples are delicious, but he only sells you one at a time. So what you have to do is go to the vendor, and then like 6 screens away, you take this apple to the woman, and she goes, "Nom, nom, 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 I want another apple." So then you have to run back to the apple vendor again, 6 screens away, buy a second apple, head back to the woman, and she goes, "Nom, nom, 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 I want another apple." So... And you can use the apples from your own inventory. I forget if they do anything. Maybe they heal a little bit of HP or something. But the idea is you have to bring her 3 apples, one at a time, in order to get her to cough up the red gem that she's holding. So when I first played Parasite Eve, and got to this point in the game, like I said, for the full moon gate, I either made 15 guesses or I just looked up the solution, because if there's a clue to that puzzle in the game, I have no idea where it is. But I got past that part, and then I got to this part, and when I realized, oh, ice bags for Pierce, and then the first one didn't do anything except give you a Coke, I immediately knew what the game expected me to do, because I had had that apple experience in Illusion of Gaia. Alright, Pierce, here you go. Here you go, buddy. Bag of ice. Now you have 2 bags of ice. These things are heavy. And he passed out again. I was just checking to make sure I still had the space in my inventory. Yes, I do. Because I didn't want to just use that MP recovery unless I needed it. Can I go down, please? There we go. See, I don't know if this is... Because this is kind of a jarring... for a game that tries to be a little bit realistic. This scene is a little eyebrow-raising. Just because none of it makes sense. You don't use an entire bag of ice to treat a bruise. His problem wasn't bruising, it was blood loss. Ice doesn't melt in 4.5 minutes. So I wonder if there's almost like a cultural gap here. Like that was my guess. I'm not sure if it's true or not. I don't know anything about how Japanese people administer first aid. I imagine ice packs are kind of a universal thing, but maybe they're not. I don't know. So my guess is like maybe they understand. The writers of the game like had the conception that, oh, in the US you administer ice packs to bruising to make it go down. but they didn't quite get that you're supposed to use a little bit of ice in like a rubber pack or whatever, and not an entire bag of ice piled up on the bruise. But again, though, that doesn't excuse the whole the ice melts in 4.5 minutes. Even in Dryfield, Nevada, in the dead of summer, in the sweltering heat, I mean, your bag of ice is gonna last a couple hours. Especially if you throw it in a cooler, you know. Pack your brewskis in there. Brewskis. Nobody says that except people who don't drink beer. Nobody who drinks beer calls it a brewski. That's just something I said because apparently I'm 8 years old. I probably saw it on a sitcom somewhere. What do you people want from me? Want me to go save Pierce? Alright, I'll go save Pierce. 3 bags of ice. And remember, the game doesn't clue you in that he needs ice at all. Right now, the clue on the map says, I hope Mr. Douglas is okay. And if you go talk to Mr. Douglas, then the clue just changes to, well, guess I better meet Kyle back at the shelter. And of course, the 3rd bag of ice isn't even necessary. Pierce is perfectly fine now. So he says he's going to go rest at the motel. He gives us the Ofuda, which I already have one. And then he says he's going to rest up here. Fine. Now, I already bought the Ofuda at the beginning of the game. But this is the thing that, I think it decreases the amount of damage you take. But we don't need 2 of them. We can go ahead and get rid of that. I don't know if the benefits of them stack if you attach 2 to your armor, but not really necessary to find out. So, okay, Pierce is going to hang out up here until more Hornets get him. So as for us, it is time to go say hey to Douglas. We'll just see how Douglas is faring. Since we've been running around the shelter, you know, playing around in caves and septic tanks and God knows what else we've been up to. I'll be like, yo Douglas, we found a freezer full of just dudes. Just like dudes hanging there in the freezer. That's cool, right? I wasn't going to call you and bother you with it. I know you're technically the police force around here. But since I'm in town, I figured I'd let you know. Get off me, you turd burglar. That's right. That's right. You tried to turn invisible, but it wasn't good enough. I knew you was there anyway. Oh, there's more of them. You know what? We'll just shoot you. I've used quite a lot of ammo. It's probably for the best that the secret door down in the sewer came up underneath Douglas as well. Which, didn't we have to drive like a full tank of gas to drive out to the shelter before? But now it just connects to this like very brief underground tunnel. Anyway. Let's go see what Douglas has to say for himself. Yo, sup? I did make it. There's some freaky stuff happening down there at that shelter. You have no idea. Oh, he restocked his goods. He doesn't have anything new because we're on replay. He already had everything that he was going to have. So, let's go ahead and... Oh yeah, we used a lot of ammo. Yeah, we used some grenades actually too. Oh, that's the flashlight on the gun we got. Okay, the handgun that we got, that was Kyle's handgun, had a flashlight. I'm like, why do we have a battery option all of a sudden? Alright, Douglas, we'll be careful. So, if you go see Douglas instead of saving Pierce and check your hint, it says, let's check out the shelter again, even though you know Pierce is up on the water tower dying. And then if you abandon Pierce, there's not much you can do to help him. It's bad endingsville for you. Let's call home. Yeah, there's been some progress. Okay, you know what? We're not even gonna... Let's not get Pierce fired. On top of everything else... Let's not get him fired on top of everything else. Let's just not tell the boss man about it. Can we get some backup, maybe? You guys are still cleaning up Acropolis? Really? Alright. How about this shelter? A religious group. Oh, good. It's a doomsday cult down there. So you know nothing. You know absolutely nothing about the shelter. Well, let's save it then. Let's drop the save here. And, yeah, next time we'll pick it up, we'll head back to the shelter and make sure that Kyle hasn't stubbed his toe. Shoutouts to Ridley CR, who sponsored this video, and to everyone who makes this channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.